Hello everyone, welcome to another episode from Chedexcel. Today we are going to talk about balancing chemical reactions. This is the first chapter of Unit 1, and in this chapter you have chemical calculations, and before we move to the chemical calculation based on the equation, you have to know how to balance a chemical reaction. Now, balancing a chemical reaction is not hard if you know the correct way of doing it. So mainly the chemical reactions that we get in Edexcel exams can be categorized into two types. One is redox reaction. Number one is redox reaction, and number two is we say usual reaction or normal chemical reaction. Right? So in Unit 1 paper, you always get this normal chemical reactions. The redox chemistry is in Unit 2 as well as in Unit 5. So we will be talking about how to balance redox reaction in there. But now we are going to find how to balance a normal chemical reaction. Actually, the normal chemical reactions are also sometimes redox chemical reactions. The normal chemical reaction, what I mean is the usual thermal decomposition, precipitation, the normal acid-base reactions that we normally get in Unit 1 paper. So we'll see how to balance them, and this is the way we can apply to balance a chemical reaction. Now the basic idea is it's not a proper way of balance a normal chemical reaction. Commonly we use the method called inspection method, where we just see how many atoms are there in the reactant side and the product side, and we are going to balance it, or we are going to make a meaker. We'll start with a very simple reaction. When sodium reacts with oxygen, you get sodium oxide, Na2O. So you can see there are two oxygen on the left hand side, one oxygen on the right hand side. So if I make 2 here, 2 into 2, 4, you can put 4. Reaction is balanced. It's a very simple one that normally comes for grade 9 and 10 as well. Now in calculations, not only these two, but this reaction, but we get something harder than that, somewhat. For example, Fe2O3 reacts with carbon monoxide, you get iron and carbon dioxide. This reaction. So I can quickly balance it like this: 3 here, 3 here, and 2 here. Thing is, how did I do that? The simple idea is, one thing is the practice. If you have the practice, these are nothing. The other thing is, there are few basic ways that I commonly use when balancing a reaction. So let's see what are those common methods you can do to balance this one. So we call this another inspection method. In inspection method, we just see the number of atoms present in each side and we try to balance it. So the method we are going to do right now, we call it as an inspection method. Right. So what is the inspection method? Let's write another reaction. Lithium reacts with water to produce lithium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. The common thing to understand here is this is not a rule, but if you can make the gaseous atoms to become an even number, it gets usually balanced. Gaseous elements. Here the gaseous elements are hydrogen and oxygen. So if you can make the gaseous elements to become even, normally the reaction is balanced. You can't change the formula, you can only put the numbers in front. So for example, here you have 2 hydrogen and 1 hydrogen. Total 3 hydrogen atoms. The earliest possible even number is 4. So to make it 4, I can put 2 here, which gives you 2 to 4 hydrogen atoms. And at the same time, it makes 2 oxygen. Here you have 1, I put 2 here as well. So oxygen is balanced. Then 2 lithium here, you can put 2 here. So that will balance the reaction. So this is one common way you can do. Try to balance the gaseous elements to an even number. Another example we will do Ca3N2, calcium nitride. When it reacts with water, you get calcium hydroxide and ammonia gas. So again, nitrogen is a gaseous element, hydrogen is a gaseous element, oxygen is a gaseous element. Gaseous element to an even number. 2 nitrogen, 1 nitrogen. You can start whatever the element you like. I am starting with nitrogen. So 2 nitrogen, 1 nitrogen. So you put 2 here, right? 2 nitrogens. and that makes 2 into 3 6, 6 plus 2 8 hydrogen. Okay, it's fine, but here you have 2 hydrogen. To make it 8 hydrogen, you have to put 4. Okay, so if I put 4 here, this eventually make oxygen also 4, but you have to put 2 here to make calcium to balance. Then I can see that there are 3 calcium here, 1 oxygen, 1 hydrogen, all together into 2. If I put 3 here, that makes oxygen and hydrogen even number again. 3 into 2 oxygen here, 3 into 2, 6 oxygen. 2 here, 3 into 6 hydrogen. So 6 plus 6, 12. So hydrogen has become even number. And to make it 3, then I have to put 3 in front here. Let's see whether it's balanced now. 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen. 3 into 2, 6. 2 into 3, 6. 6, 6, 12. It's not balanced, but it is looking like, no? Because oxygen you have 2 here. 2 into 3, 6. So what I can do is, I can put 6 here and check whether it's balanced. 3 calcium, fine. 2 nitrogen is fine. 6 into 2, 12 hydrogen. 3 into 2, 6. 2 into 3, 6. 6 plus 6, 12. 2 into 3, 6 oxygen, 6 oxygen. It's balanced. So that's the common way we can do inspection method, we call this one. Right? So we'll do one last one. Ammonia, right, reacts with oxygen to produce NO and H2O. Some of these reactions are not that easy to balance. For example, this one, 3, 1, both are odd numbers. Here also 2, 1, and all the elements are gases. So I start with nitrogen. So how do I do this one? I can see 2 oxygens are there. Oxygen is even. That's the only thing. To make 3 and 2, common integer would be 6. So let's see if I put 3 here. 3 into 2, 6. Then to make it 6, I have to put 2 here. The nitrogen is 2. I have to put 2 here. Okay, let's see. 2 nitrogen, 2 nitrogen. 2 into 3, 6 hydrogen. 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen. What about oxygen? 2, 3, 5. Having one element like this is very important because you can easily balance that one. So number of oxygen will be 2, 2 plus 3, 5. You have oxygen here, so you have to have only 5 over 2O2. Why 5 over 2O2? Because you have 2 oxygen atoms here. So 5 over 2 into 2 means you have total 5 oxygen. You can keep it like this, or you can multiply everything by 2, so you can get 4NH3 plus 5O2, 4NO plus 6H2O. Or you can get it like that as well, the balanced reaction. So you can keep everything 4NH3, 5O2, 4NO and 6H2O. So this is how we balance a reaction using the inspection method. Right, we have one more method that is called as algebra method, but it is not used in papers because it takes time and it is not required as well. But for your knowledge, I'll teach you how we can use the second method, which we call as the algebra method, to balance a chemical reaction. Okay, so in algebra method, what we do is this. You have to write the chemical reaction. So I'll write a reaction, common one, let's say aluminium reacts with HCl. It produces AlCl3 and hydrogen. Right? Now, this is easily balanced normal inspection method. Let's say chlorine is an odd number, it's a gas. So to make it even, I can put 2 here, 2 into 3, 6. Here it is 6 hydrogen, so it is 3, 2 aluminium, 2. Reaction is balanced. So gaseous elements to an even number usually make the reaction balanced. Alright. Now the algebra method is, we should get the same answer. So what we do is this. You write the reaction. So aluminium plus HCl gives you aluminium chloride and hydrogen. What you do is this. You put A, B, C and D. We are going to find this A, B, C, D values. If you can find them, that is a balanced reaction. A, B, C, D, but you can put P, Q, R, S or whatever value, doesn't matter. Then we write like this. We take elements separately. So you have aluminium here, you have hydrogen here, you have chlorine. Those are the only three elements we have. And then we try to balance it using A, B, C, D like this. Here left side it is A and that is equal to this side it is C. In hydrogen it is B and this side it is 2D. Chlorine, in this side it is B and the other side it is 3C. Right. Now what we are going to do is we assume one element for one number, one letter to be 1. So I take here, we take A as 1. So we can take, so if A equals 1, what about C? C should be equal to 1. If C equals 1, B equals 3. If B equals 3, D should be equal to B over 2, which means 3 over 2. Right. So that's it. You can balance it. So what is the reaction then? Aluminium, 1 aluminium. So reaction is, I'm going to put the values in front. This is 1, B is 3, C is 1. D is 3 over 2. You can keep it like that. Okay. So once you find ABCD, what you can do is like, let's write it like this. So A is 1 aluminium plus B is 3 HCl gives you C, again 1 AlCl3 and H2, C is 1, D is 3 over 2. You can keep it like this or you can multiply everything by 2. So when you get it as you get 2 here, 2 into 3 is 6 here, 2 here and 3 here. That's the same thing we get earlier. So 2 aluminium plus 6 HCl plus gives you 2AlCl3 plus 3H2. So this is the algebra method. It takes time but it also gives a correct answer. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat the algebra method again and again because it's not coming to our papers. So what you get is the inspection method. So try doing some questions making the gaseous element to become even number. Then you'll be able to get a balanced chemical reaction most of the time. Then with the practice, you'll be able to balance any chemical reaction with no problem at all. Okay, so that's it. That's how we balance a chemical reaction. Not a redox reaction, we'll come back to that later. This is how we balance normal chemical reaction. Thanks for watching.